We've all heard about the riots erupting all over the nation from all these illiterate fucking libtards crying about President-elect Trump beating Hillary. What we're seeing here is just making it more and more absolutely ridiculous. They have now created, as you can see here on ABC News, a no-fly zone over Trump Tower until the day after he gets elected president because of all of the death threats that he has been receiving. I'm tired of all you channels calling Trump an establishment shill. Because everybody's against this man. Google and Yahoo were against him in the election. All the mainstream media was against him in the election. And they tried to use voter fraud to steal the election. Hillary had people all over the country going to people's houses and driving them to the polling stations to vote, while Trump was chilling at Trump Tower, not doing shit, and he still won. These liberal idiots want to say maybe Trump doing some bad things to women and possibly not proven that he could be a racist is worse than being a murdering, lying traitor that should be tried for treason. There's in the emails of her and Loretta Lynch and other high-ranking members of the government specifically colluded together to bankrupt other nations. We already know that she was more interested in looking good on TV than saving our men and women in Benghazi. We all know that she was involved in the Fast and the Furious scandal where she sent weapons to the cartels. And we all know that her and Obama and the rest of their cronies are aiding and supplying ISIS with everything they need, which is why we're having conflicts with Russia, because Russia actually wants to fight ISIS and we are aiding them. Not to mention the fact, Russia straight up said, if Hillary gets elected, we're going to World War III. And what happened the night before the election? Apparently it was serious enough that Obama signed an executive order worried about mass destruction against the American people and signed a 30-day state of emergency. It's just crazy, y'all. 500 million Yahoo accounts we find out got hacked because she let classified emails get to John Podesta, her campaign manager, and put them on Yahoo. And it's pretty damn interesting that the folders that he had the links to the emails to on his computer was called life insurance. Because Julian Assange already had an assassination attempt, the founder of WikiLeaks. The founder of WikiLeaks' attorney was hit by a train. John Nash of the United Nations was going to testify against the Clintons and got his throat crushed. Seth Rich, who filed the original Freedom of Information Act about the Clinton emails, is dead. Not to mention Debbie Wasserman Schultz having to step down for head of the Democratic Party because the Democratic Party colluded together to straight up buck Bernie Sanders out of the race. Not to mention Google, Yahoo, and all the mainstream media completely against Trump the whole time because he's an outsider. Now, all these people out there trying to tell you don't have a choice, and Donald Trump's a shill, but everybody wants to kill him and everybody fucking hates him because he wants to get all the scumbags out of Washington. I don't buy it, y'all. I'm not saying he's perfect, but I think for once we got the real deal in there who might actually do some damage. But the fact that it's got to where we've got protests getting organized and paid for by George Soros all over the country with a bunch of libtards who use feelings instead of intellect. It started with the emos, the little emotional gay version of Gothics came out, right? And it spun off from that. And now it's so commonplace, people don't even notice the change that they're using in all these liberal universities across the nation. And now everybody says, I think, or they used to say, I think, and now they say, I feel, because they used to act with intellect and now they act with emotion, hence where we get social justice warrior mentality. It's a fucking mess, y'all. It's a fucking mess, and if there's any, obviously Trump needs to clean up these criminals in Washington. 7 or 8 people should be tried for treason, at least. But these universities brainwashing these kids to push their agenda, it's got to stop. Look what it's doing to our nation. It's just crazy.